Hello. Oh my God, the letters are so tiny. I'm waiting for my tablet to start. And the letters are so tiny, I swear. Oh my God. Like, I know it's a bit far away, the telephone, but is it me or they make the letters tinier? I know I cannot see a thing, but nevertheless. If you hear a noise, is my cat using the litter box because the bathroom is close to this, and there's a litter box. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you hear this. Don't you have a zooming option? No, I haven't found it. On my tablet, I was able to get it to make the font bigger. But yeah, probably I need glasses. But in my experience, you doing the live streams, they did change the size um of the letters. I noticed that, for example, for TikTok lives and other lives, the letters are normal and I can read them very well. But with YouTube, they made them smaller. Mm, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to have Nerita here. She's scratching a piece of wood that is in here that actually is not a piece of wood. It's like a board that I have, so I clip things on it. And she's scratching her nails with that. But I don't know, because I will have to take her to her house so I can be at peace. But at the same time, she's going over there, so I don't think she's going to bother me. The one that is very like annoying is Kali. Kali still goes crazy. Um, this is the new place, guys. And you do see me like having daylight on me. This is daylight. Because there's a window here. So yeah, this is like the new setting. I'm still adjusting. There's things that I'm still not comfortable with. The ceiling is not completed, so it's not that it rains, but is leaking. So it's not like it's like condensing. It seems like it's like is sweaty. It seems like there's a lot of drops that keep falling. Um, so that we will have to check because it's still not finished. It needs the covers, the part that goes for the ceiling. Yes, yes, I know the Buddha is missing. I do have two Buddhas. I have one like in the front entrance outside, and I have the one that I usually have. I have it on inside the house. Um, see, she's going to want to come here. I think that you can see her. I'm going to have to take her to my dad's because she's going to wait. Hello. Um, so yeah. Can you hear me well, guys? Can you is everything okay? There's not a witch sound with my mic. If you hear some like my necklace is like tapping into the mic, please let me know because I find that noise annoying and I don't want it to interrupt. Ah, okay, thank you. But yeah, here it feels like, well, today is sunny. It's a sunny day. I don't know how we're going to do. I still do have a light just in case. But I don't know how we're going to do when it's going to get cloudy or rainy. Probably it's going to get darker here. Um, so yeah, now that you mentioned the Buddha, I feel like, maybe I should get one or I should try to get the other one that I have outside here. Just because I believe that, they have been with me for a very long time and I think that they bring me peace. Um, so I think that I will bring the Buddha here. I will bring the Buddha here, definitely. I will place it here like it's always there. Um, thank you for the recommendation, Thankful. I know that the other day we were talking about the Buddha. But yeah, it's always behind me. So yeah, I think that maybe it deserves to be here with us, since um, it had accompanied me through a lot of not just live streams when I do personal readings or when I do counseling sessions. It had always been behind me. So yeah, I now that you mention it, I kind of miss it. Hey, Chachalino. I'm going to put Thankful like moderator because she is. Wait, I don't know if I can do this. Um, because you're a regular. you don't have to do anything. Like I always tell people, like I usually put as moderators, I put the people that I see often and I know that they are part of the community when they can. I mean, I know that not everyone can make it or can be all the time. So it's don't feel the pressure to just if things get a bit awkward, maybe if you can, if you see something awkward, you can block someone, especially if there's a spam. But since I put, these limitations on the comments, on who does the comments on the chat, I think that we don't get that much spammers like we did when I first started. Um, that actually is not like for me. It's like it's okay. I mean, I do have, I'm busy here because I'm reading cards, so I'm not reading usually the comments all the time. But I think that it's annoying for maybe you guys that maybe you guys are, having a conversation among yourselves, or you are, sharing an important point of view, and then, there's someone spamming or asking for, nonsense. So I think that that's distracting. Mm, yeah, yeah. I know it feels exaggerated when I put like, subscribers that are like having part of the channel like 3 months. Like it sounds a bit exaggerated, but I think that um, we never know who is here because they really like what I do or they really support what I do, and who are here to just to, because it's a Sunday and they are like, oh, there's this person that has very few followers and that there's no one, I don't have much. I usually have, you guys that in the chat, how many are we? Like we are active talking, like five. When it's a good day, it can be like four of us or five. But this is why I'm able to have conversation with you guys, because it's like the people that we usually talk and engage in some interesting conversations and we talk is the regulars. Then the other ones just watch. For today, I do have already the list of what I'm going to read, Jiwon. I can do an update for her on my channel if you want. I'm going to see if I can upload more videos um, for my channel, because it's very abandoned. I'm usually like my live streams do cover a lot of readings, but yeah, probably someone that finds the channel, they're like, this person doesn't upload that much videos. So yeah, I can do a reading for her for G1, um, an update, because I know I did one for her for 2025. And the fans are very nice. The fans are very nice. So this is why I'm like, okay, for her I will do it. Sorry guys if I cough a lot. It's that I still have some um, some like small symptoms of, when I had this pharyngitis. I don't know if it's pronounced pharyngitis, but yeah, it's this sore throat. Did you see Chao No military news? Yeah, I mean, I saw a TikTok saying that no, not TikTok. I saw it on Twitter that they were like he let people know that he was applying for the military band. Um, so I went to rewatch his reading for 2025, and it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense what I saw back then because I was like, there were a lot of people. The Ten of Cups, the Six of Cups came up twice. So it was all about giving back to the community or giving back to his people. So definitely I can see that, it was about the military or he's about to enlist. I didn't say it in the video, in the reading, I didn't mention military, like him leaving, but there was something very like humanitarian about this. So I wonder if he's doing this, not just because like, okay, I have to choose a place to go to, and this is my option, or this is my best option. There must be a reason, like an important or emotional or sentimental decision why he does this. And I think that he's going to do amazing because the cards were so happy. The cards were so happy. So so no, Lisa John, I already have a list of what I'm going to do, what I'm going to be reading on. People usually put the request on the comment on the community post, and that's where I choose it. Yes, so he's most likely going to enlist soon. I like it. I'm going to read for him before he goes, but I think that it's going to do him very well. I saw a lot of like good cards, like community, like he just really. I think that what I mentioned in the reading was that he wanted to do something more in groups, sort of get lost in a group, where you do something that is positive, but he doesn't want the recognition. It's not about recognition anymore. It's not about publicity. Like he doesn't need it. But I think that he wants to do something meaningful, or he wants to get back to the people. So I think that it's going to be a good place for him. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yes, MJ served there as well. I'm sure he already has connections to it. Lisa Trump, you were asking for this actor, right? I think that you said something about an actor. If you want, you can request for next Wednesday when I do the community post for, usually on Wednesdays, I do romantic inspired tarot readings. So on Wednesday, I'm sure I'm going to continue with some romantic series. Um, and yeah, you can request him in there. Nevertheless, there's a lot of readings in my channel of this man, and I try not to be repetitive with readings. This is why, I know he is loved. I know that he has a lot of fans, just like, this actress Jiwon. I know that she is very loved, but I done reading for them. So I try to leave a couple of weeks and months between readings. I don't want to read for them that often because then the reading loses its purpose if you're constantly reading for the same person. It's invasive. If you get an answer, it's going to be that answer. And if I do a reading and I see something, it's going to that I say for this to give it time so it can. I don't want to say like I predict, but whatever I said, for this to maybe happen or for you to see what I said, you have to give time. If you keep reading for this, it's like I'm canceling or I'm bringing something new, a new perspective to something that I already said. Hey, Samara. This is the new setting, Samara. We are all the time moving. We just moved again. Um, I'm still not comfortable here. Like, also, the space. I will share a picture later, so you can see that. But it's very narrow, the place. Like, it's like a bit long on the sides, but it's very like narrow. For example, for the window that I have here, and the wall is not that far away. So, if I want to go back, I have to be careful to not drop something, and not to hit myself with the table. So it's like, um, it's like, yeah, like I think that it's okay because it serves the purpose that is like an office, but it's not finished yet. The ceiling is leaking, so so yeah. But I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy. Like I have sunlight. If you see me shining here, it's because it's the sunlight. There's a window here. Um, and I think that I'm happy because my neighbors are not screaming or playing music at this hour. I think that they will at some point, because the whole weekend they have been like talking like on the rooftop next to my house, and they were so loud. And I was like, oh my God, no, this is going to happen just when I do the live stream. They're going to start like shouting. Um, and I believe that they were also like, working on the roof of their houses. It's very interesting how, sometimes we move. Like, I don't know if you guys ever noticed that when you start doing something, like when you start, for example, you change your hair, or you change your makeup, or you change the way you not the way you look, but maybe you change what you wear, and people notice the change. Or you start doing something like an activity, something. It seems like that inspires people not to do exactly the same, but if they have it pendant, or if there's um, they see it and they're like, maybe I should do the same. Like it sort of inspires people to get on with whatever they have pendant as well. And maybe what seeing you doing it is like they're like, yeah, I should fix this too. So it's very interesting because we started working on this remodelation of the two ceilings of my house. I believe we started like 2 months ago. 2 months ago? Yeah, 2 months ago. Um, and and yeah, it was like whole weekends of, it was very noisy. There were a lot of movement, a lot of, um, you know, a lot of hammering, a lot of noise, upstairs. Um, and now I'm seeing that there's other people now that it's not that we are finished, but we are mostly concentrated on working on the inside now. And I'm starting to see that there's people working on their own groups that maybe, in the past there was no one, like there wasn't anyone like doing something. And I kind of understand it because, the economy is not doing very well here, like usual. um, so it's very expensive to do a remodelation, even if you have to do it yourself. Like the materials, what you have to buy to do them with, is very expensive, and it's never enough. It's never enough. I think that in my case, the when I got sick, I think that it was first maybe because I have low immune system, because we are entering summer, winter, but then also because of the stress, because I'm broke now, guys. Like I have 0 pesos, zero Argentinian pesos in my account, because it all went, to this, because it had to be done. Like there was like a huge, remember that I had like a window broken, and I had like the door that it wasn't closing very well, so we had to change it. Um, So it was like now or never situation, especially because when you're about to enter winter, it's going to get cold and it's going to get rainy, and I think that you should feel safe in your house, the best way that you can in your abilities. So yeah. um, and I still have to take Kali to get her fixed. I still have to take her to get this operation. But yeah, gotta make money, make purse. Yes, exactly, Samara. That's the vibe. That's the vibe. I have for today's live stream, I have this this recommendation that someone did and that I found it very interesting, and I want to do it. That is, the relationship between idols and their companies. I picked, the ones this person mentioned, and the one that I was supposed to upload for Patreon and members, I'm going to try to do it tonight. That is for BTS and Big Hit. Um, so So yeah, for this reading, and I'm going to read for the comebacks in May. This was also another recommendation. So yeah, I have for relationships between idols and company. I have Le Sserafim and Hyde. I have SM and Espa, JYP and ITZY, uh, KQ and 80s, and NCT and SM. And then for the comebacks in May, I have a Boy Next Door comeback, Rise comeback, TXT comeback, 17 comeback, Shiny comeback, Irene and Sulji comeback, and Triple S comeback. Yes, I found it very interesting. Actually, I was like, oh, that's a nice topic. I'm so happy, guys, because I know I'm all the time asking you, please bring me new topics, please. And it's very interesting when I ask for inspiration because people take their moment to ask for what they want individually and they don't get what I'm asking for. It's like you are not giving me what I'm asking for. I'm asking you for a recommendation about this. Why are you mentioning your bias? Like or if for example it's Taurus season, I say I'm going to read for Taurus people. They ask for these people that are not Tauruses, so they don't help. Le Seraphim and Source. Yeah, Source Music. We can put for both Hive and Source Music. But Idol has already. So surprised she Idol is on the list. Yeah, Hive is a big corporation. Exactly. Yeah, I know what you mean, Samara. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, just like when I did the reading, when I pulled cards for BTS and of course I pulled for BTS and Big Hit, not BTS and Hive, because yeah, they're connected, but it's not their company. You want to say full, you want to add idol and cube? Yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh, I know someone requested, like when I did the short for, I don't remember who exactly, about Possessed Love, the season 2. I did a short of that. Um, and someone was asking me for these two that I don't know if they end up together, if they chosen each other. Um, but wow, what a messy show. Like I didn't follow. Honestly, like I got tired. I lost interest. Like I think that I saw until episode 3 and I didn't finish it. Um when the guy that was like the famous Red Dragon, he appeared. How everyone were acting around him, I was like, wow, especially the guys. Like it was so childish. I was like, oh, I'm not interested in watching this. Um and I know someone asked me to read for these two people that I don't know if they were like the final couple. I don't remember if they were like the final couple. But I think there's two final couples. Here. It says, Che, could you do a reading for one of the endgame couples, Che Yuk-yeon and Ha Byung-yeol? Do they still have the same feelings now after the show end? But I don't remember these people. Che Yuk-yeon, who is it? Like, is anyone here? What has anyone here watched Possessed Love season 2? Because I have been watching it and I know I read for them, but now I'm looking at these names and I'm like, who is these people? Like, I need to know who, if they have a nickname so I can remember who they are. Oh, sorry, Saintful. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's someone asking already for the end, for one of the end game couples. If they are still dating or if they are still like together. But it, yes, they're so bland. Yes, they're so bland. They're so bland. Like I tried, um, and one thing that bothered me about when the red dragon person entered, um, he reads the I Ching system, but with cards, not with the coins. I don't know, maybe he has the coins, but he was like having like he had a deck of cards, and he called it like he read the tarot, like he read tarot. But you're reading the I Ching. That's not a tarot. That could be an oracle. And he was like, oh, because it's like tarot of the I Ching. There's not such a thing. It's an oracle. It's not a tarot. You are not a tarot reader. Like, ah, you like reading an oracle doesn't make you a tarot reader because the tarot reading the tarot has a system of 78 cards. Um, you have the minors and the major arcanas. It's not the same as an oracle. It's not the same. It's not, if it doesn't have this the 78 cards, it's not a tarot. So yeah, I saw the Astro Girl. Yeah, she also said that she was like a tarot reader because she had the symbol on cards. But the symbol on cards also, I have it, and I think that they are. I don't know. There's something about that. I remember when I used it on a live stream. Their images and their history, because the images is not just like yeah, it could be archetypes, but they are very like dark archetypes. Um, so we got a very weird reading with the symbolon. We got a very like, I don't know. It's just it felt very like draining, but maybe because also it's not a tarot. It's an oracle. It's like a group of cards that yeah, they do have a symbol, and the symbol definitely is deeper because it is so, because I felt it like it was heavy. It was, of course, that the one that I had that I was able to get, it was a copy. It was an original one, but I can read with a copy anyways. But I don't advise you to buy copies, guys. If you want to read tarot, please buy from, you know, buy original if you can. Like, don't buy copies. But in this case, I was curious about it, and I was like, oh, I want to have it. Um, and I only got a copy, like a cheaper version. And I felt it very heavy, and I haven't touched the deck. It's in there, but I don't know. It felt so like the images or the inspiration must have a lot of not just symbolism. It must have like a heavy um, energy, like it triggers something when you see it. So yeah. No, it's not about being a scammer. I think that I don't know. I think that maybe that's the reason why, sometimes with K-pop, it happens the same. Sometimes when they use some things that are from another cultures, they sort of make it their own, and they don't do the research. They use it because, oh, I love the pictures, and they use it and they take it as their own, but they don't know how to properly use it. So um, I think that that's the thing with them, and I think that they instantly, this is what every time I see like a Korean tarot reader, I feel like they are not serious about it. There could be a woman or two, but the ones that are on TV, or they have not TV, but they have their YouTube channels, and that they have all these famous people, they don't know how to read the tarot. Like, and I think that um, with possessed love, and I actually complained, like I put it on one comment once because I was waiting for there was this shaman, these three shamans, and the two shamans and the Saju reader, that they were doing a review of an episode. And I really like their point of view because they talk about Saju, they talk about, the different shamanism practices that they use. So you learn a lot. But then they stopped putting English subtitles. At least for this season, I saw the video, but they never put like English subtitles. So I'm like, I guess it's for the better because there could be some misunderstandings with how they do things. Of course, with Korean shamanism is a whole culture and it's theirs. So, no one can question that except another Korean, I guess. But when it comes to the tarot, I'm like, you guys don't know how to read the tarot, and you're just reading pictures. And I find it so offensive that you call yourself tarot readers. And also the way they treat the cards as if it's like a poker game. I feel it like, oh, like, no, no, no. Hey, Katie. Yeah, for that, Bacano, I should do a solo live stream. Yeah, for people that want to read the tarot. Yeah, so I can focus on that. Yeah, I'm going to arrange one live stream for that. So I also will ask you guys to leave your questions so I can arrange give it a structure to the live stream because yeah. Um, For me, it's because I have been doing this for a very long time. I never thought that I would be this kind of person that you are like, I feel old, but at the same time, I cannot deny my experience. I'm just someone from Latin America. I'm someone from Argentina. I'm not talking for other cultures, but since I have always used English, my broken English, as a way to learn and be curious about how the tarot works for other people around the world. I had taken classes with tarot readers that are in America, or some of them are in England. I had studied with people of Spain. Of course, this one was in Spanish. So I know that we all speak the same language when it comes to tarot. So, when someone just pulls a random deck and just because, it's not the normal one, you, like you didn't create it. You didn't create this system. It's like, and I think that what's for me, what's so like, why do they act like this when they read tarot? For me, they do it from a place of entertainment more than like for me when I shuffle, when I pull the cards, even though these are public figures and these are celebrities, I'm serious about this. Like whatever comes out of my mouth, I'm very serious of what I'm seeing or what I'm, expressing. So for me, this is important. I don't do this just to get views. For me, and I have been doing this for a while for you guys, and for me, it's important to be responsible and to take my time. This is why I'm always a bit obsessive with, the setting, that I'm in the proper room, that I don't get interrupted, that I have my tools in here, that the mic, I'm always so particular about details, because for me, when I see it to pull the cards, it's not like, oh well, I have tarot decks, let's see how it goes. No, for me it's a moment, a time that I dedicate to this, and I spiritually and personally as a person, I situate myself in this to do this. And if I cannot do this right, or for example, if I'm sick or if I'm not feeling well, that I will cancel, or I will tell you guys like, I'm not feeling well. I don't want to do this because I don't feel well. But to see someone just like, they they buy all the decorations and they put on this, it seems like magician kind of persona to pull some cards and to say whatever. For me it's like, and it's so funny when, especially when there's like these famous people or some of these idols, they are looking at the cards as well, just like any regular clients. Like when I have clients in person, they also are looking at the cards that I'm pulling. So they also have eyes. They are like, oh, is that card positive? Is that good? Like, so I don't know. Yes. and you will see it like if there's some really good tarot readers for K-pop or celebrities. Usually the people that read, we all have our styles and our different personalities, of course, but you always see that the person that is really serious about this, they usually, when they are sick or when they have their personal issues, they step to the side. They are like, guys, I have this thing, I have this issue, um, you know, and I cannot make it, or I'm not going to read for this. This is why I'm so picky about certain subjects and people, because I'm not a predictor. I don't say like, oh, I can read the future, but I also have to pay attention to my intuition, because the more you connect with the tool or the more you use it, possibly there's going to be a time where I will not need the cards. I will sort of be able to pick, a feeling, a sensation about something. So this is why sometimes I'm like, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. There's certain people that you don't mess with that, you know, um, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Mm, I think that's why, yeah, the rest that reads that you need to, you can see that you're serious about it, appreciating that it's about, yeah, future events, yes, yeah, because I mean, I'm a K-pop fan, um, but um, I'm also like I separate, the fun from, whatever is happening. Like I decided to become a citizen like 2 years ago, and ever since I became a citizen, it has been chaos after chaos after chaos, and maybe all of the things that we don't know. But it's an interesting experience. But I think that at the end, I just want to bring, awareness to the fans. I know that the fans worry. I know that the fans sometimes they want clarity. It's not so much like, oh, tell me their future. At least not in my audience. My audience is not like that. Yeah, we are interested in the tea, but we are not that obsessive about like, oh, tell me about their future wife and how they're going to look, um, and if they're going to be blonde or brunette or foreigner. Um, it's more about, are they okay? Like, are they okay? you know, I need, just let me know if they're going to be okay. And that's for me is the service that I provide, to give you a small glimpse of what I see, because sometimes when an idol or an artist goes into hiatus, or there's something that the fans are like, this is not okay, they need, they need, they want, a message. Mm, 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 yeah. Very political, yes. Very political. Oh, yeah. I'm just noisy. Okay, guys, I'm going to start because I'm always ranting a lot, and then okay. So I'm going to start with the relationship between the Seraphim and Source Music. Okay, the Seraphim and source music. Why so many reverse? Okay, from the Seraphim's part, we have the Three of Swords in reverse and the King of Cups. Did I change CEO in source music or something? From source music side, we have the World and we have the Knight of Wands. And then in the middle, for the relationship, we have the card of the Star, Hope. So it's really good. I think that the relationship is getting better, I would say, because from the girl's perspective, they're not heartbroken anymore with the Three of Swords in reverse. I think that maybe they are reconciling with someone, with the CEO or with whoever manages them, and that I don't think that this person is that known. But it is someone in power, definitely. That is like their direct boss, maybe. Um, and I think that something changed in the way this man maybe treated them, or in the way this man did things for them. I think that the relationship is slowly getting better. Um, Honestly, the King of Cups is giving me like, this person is not a bad leader, but the King of Cups can also be very unstable, when they want to, especially when they are under a lot of stress or they have a lot of work to do. Maybe they get emotional or they get in their feelings that much, and they are not that. Um, it's more like they get on the defensive instead of accepting their flaws. And I think that the girls also are sensitive, they are very sensitive. They also are very, they're very loving, they are very emotional as well. So there's something about these men and them just having a lot of mood swings and being very susceptible to criticism, or being very on the defense, or I don't know why I feel like if you say something in a certain tone, I'm going to cry, like. And this person, this man, also being very emotional, very irrational, or just being very manipulative when he doesn't get what he wants. So the relationship hasn't been that good, but they are rebuilding their connection with him. They're reconciling, so maybe he's like taking responsibility if they had like a bad exchange of opinions, or if he was a bit offensive, or he was a bit controlling, or just very irrational. I can see him just trying to make this up for them, and also being much more generous to them, and being much more empathic towards what the girls are feeling. So for them, it's like, we are from their side, they are healing their broken heart, their disappointment in this person. They are healing, they are rebuilding this connection, because I think that at the end they really respect this man, of this person. So it has the potential of just being a bad, a moment of a lot of susceptibility, and the girls also feeling very sensitive and feeling like they were blamed, or they were, there was a lot of guilt tripping, like, oh, you guys are like this, or your guys are staying like this because you didn't do this. So there's a lot of emotions, like, don't talk to me like that because I'm going to start crying. So, but now they're finding the balance, And also from source music, we have the world and we have the Knight of Wands. So definitely, like, they are in a hurry for the girls to get the girls worldwide. They want the girls to impact maybe the international, um, you know, um, audience more. They are really focused on of getting the girls out there. I don't know if Le Sserafim is going to have a comeback, or if not a comeback, if they're going to have a concert, outside of Korea. But they are definitely like they want the girls to be out in the world. They don't want the girls to stay in Korea. They want the girls to make it big. Maybe in the US, maybe so there's something about maybe you will get more like English songs from them. But yeah, the Night of Ones is that they are working long hours, and it seems like in source music they are like working extra hard. They really are like running around like the house is on fire. They are working a lot of hours for Le Sserafim. They are like, okay, it has to be now, 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 now. Let's go. We don't have time. We don't have time. So it's like they want to launch the girls like this. Here you have them. You will see them everywhere. We will create content. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I don't know if actually this has to do with them not paying attention to the girls in the past, and now they are catching up, because I'm like, wow, you finally are, um, you're like really, you're doing a lot. Like wow, what is going on? Um, and I think that maybe in the past they made the mistake of not doing much, or being very slow at promoting the girls, or they just probably they have new people also. The Night of Wands is giving me like you have new people that think faster, people that move faster, um, probably people that also are very, they know English, for example, or they are like foreigners, or they are um, doers, definitely. Very active people, very competitive. It's something about them, just doing everything for the girls. But there's something about the international, the worldwide atmosphere. They want the girls to be out there. But they are in a hurry. They're like, it has to be now. Like whatever we are doing with Le Sserafim, it has to be promoted now. Now is the right time. So we are running. We are doing extra hours. We are drinking a lot of coffee. Like, they are all overstimulated. But it seems like they are on a race. I don't know who they want to win or who they want to beat in this sort of race, but they are like this. It's like, this is the moment. This is the moment. So yeah. And yeah, we have the kind of star, the hope. So the relationship is great. Like actually, it's great. There's hope. There's hope for improvement, for them getting along better, for them giving the girls more, for them also. I think that they are also seeing the girls like this lucky charm. They're finally like seeing them as uh, a valuable asset, I would say. They are seeing the value in the girls, and they are putting their hopes in the girls, their whole hope and faith in the girls, which I think that maybe in the past this was a bit like, yeah, I don't know if they can make it. Even if they are very nice to the girls, there was something about them not trusting their potential that much. And now they are like, okay, it has to be them. So we will make them stars, something like this. But yeah, they're moving. This is the good thing, that probably if you're fans of Le Sserafim, you're going to see them being active and being a bit happier, being a bit like not having this uncomfortable relationship with someone that I don't know who this person is, but it seems like it was awkward. Um, yeah, it has to be now. It has to be now. It has to be them. It has to be them. Yeah, they're like this now. Now is the moment. Let's run. Okay, I'm going to continue with SM and ESPA. ESPA, SM. The girls are not happy. There's a lot of arguing with SM. But when it comes to, the relationship is going to be okay. I mean, we have the empress, so there's a lot of um, plenty abundance for ESPA. I mean, you will never see the girls, having less. When it comes to maybe other SM artists, you're like, this is doesn't seem that good. But when it comes to ESPA, they hold a very high standard for ESPA, and I think that they will always do the best of their abilities to give the girls the best of the best, because I think that this was planned, that the girls don't lose this level of prestige. And more like quality, I don't know. I know that ESPA has a very rich concept, but there's something about them, with ESPA we cannot, you know um save some pennies. Like, we have to invest, like, when you do an MB, when you dress them, when you do things for them, it has to be all about the money. It has to be expensive. It has to be quality, good quality. Like, the girls are like, I wonder if they're like the image of SM, or the representation of SM now, because they get the best of the best. And this I said, I believe, when I read for them, that they can, they can make mistakes when it comes to managing the girls, especially in a human way. They can make certain mistakes, but when it comes to quality of product, they try to give the girls the best of the best. I would say, like, all of the money goes to ESPA's production, it seems. Um, but this is not now. I think that when they started the project of ESPA, they were like, we really, with these girls, or with this idea, we have to make it expensive. There's always going to be, for them, there's always going to be a lot of money invested. Okay, from their perspective, of ESPA perspective, we have the Five of Swords, and we have the Star card. Five of Swords and the Star card. From SM perspective, we have the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So a lot of emotionality, but also a lot of ideas. Also, people just, break their brains, or another ones that do work long hours to think about ESPA's concept. Because, but in here, it's not so much like I'm running to get an idea. It's like people are inspired. Like, really, the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Cups is like the ideas are running for the girls. So it feels like they are very abundant when it comes to, what they want to do with the girls, or for the girls' image. It's just that sometimes with the Seven of Cups, they can get loose in their illusions. There's something about them having so many ideas, and having so many, these, when you're so inspired, and you're like, oh, we can do this, and then this, and then, and sometimes it gets too, maybe there's a lot of illusion, like, you can get lost in this universe. And maybe people are not good at executing the ideas, but they do have a lot. They do have a lot, and they love ESPA. They love them. Yeah, and the Empress, abundance. So see, the girls will always get, they will always receive, they will always receive the generosity of resources. There will never be like, oh no, we don't have for you. No, no, no. For ESPA, there will always be. But yeah, I think that from the girls' perspective, there's something that maybe they don't feel like they are treated like the stars that they are. I think that they do have to, or lately they felt like they do have to argue a lot with, maybe some, some CEO, or not the CEO, but maybe with some people of the staff. There's some, disagreements. Maybe they feel like, okay, you are not giving us enough attention, or this that you prepared for me, it was full of mistakes, you know. I think that the girls are at this moment, they are like, you made mistakes when it comes to some things that we are preparing. With the star card, there's something about them being like, yeah, we know we will make it work at the end because we are stars, so we will make it work. But the Five of Swords is giving me like, I'm not satisfied. I'm angry, actually. Like, how can you make this mistake? How can this happen? How can this happen? If I'm bringing the professionalism, I'm bringing, you know, I'm doing everything to keep shining, and be, perfect, or being ready for work. And then, you guys make mistakes, and you spoil it for us. So I think that the girls are also very, they're very vocal, very they express a lot their frustration lately. They are like, this we don't like, or this that you did, it was not good enough, or it was not professional. With the star card, I think that they also, they do see the potential. They do value themselves a lot, and this is not about ego. The star card is more like, I know that everywhere I go, we shine. We know we have the stardom potential. It's just that there have been some inconsistencies. There have been some maybe miscommunication, and they feel attacked. It's like, now that we are about to launch something, now, something happens, like, we are not happy about it. We are angry. We don't like this. So you better take better care of us. And I think that they are like, because we are stars, there's something about them, um, them, they are like, what we do is, it's not like the others. So, please manage things with care, and manage things with intention. Don't be lazy. Don't be, I think that someone made a mistake here. Someone in the same screw up, really. And they know who it is. So they are like, we cannot have people like this with us, because you're sort of like spoiling our moment. We are stars, and you're spoiling our moments. We cannot have people like this here. We have to trust our team, and we cannot have people like this here. Um, and yeah, from SM, Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups. So see, there's a lot of illusion. I think that they are they're in love with Espa. I think that they're in love with the girls when it comes to working for them. There's a lot of people that want to join in. Maybe there's like, if there's staff, or there's, employees, there's people applying to work, to be involved in that project. They're like, I want to work with them. Please let me in, or let me do this with them. But at the same time, maybe it's more like an emotional thing, like, I'm infatuated with them and I want to be closer to them. And actually, it's not that I'm really good at the job. I'm just, throwing ideas here and there, just because I want to be part of this, because this is important, or this is going to be good for my career. So there could be a lot of fans, that are in the same. It seems like it lacks professionalism, like, yeah, you love us, but and your initial idea or vision is really good. We appreciate it, but at the same time, you are also very emotional, or you are all over the place, and you are not that consistent with the work that you're doing. You are a bit like maybe they fantasize a lot about their idea, or they make it too fictional, and it's too magical. I would say it's too um in the clouds. Like, at the end, you lose focus of what's important. You get distracted, and maybe they don't get the job done. So Yeah, but they do it with the Ace of Cups. It's like, these people are creators. So definitely what they do is really good. Like it adds, but maybe in the each execution, they get lost in a dream or in a vision. They get so much in their idea. And maybe they need more executors, just like Source Music had this Night of Wands, but it's like the doers, the people that go around and they go and do this and they run here and they bring information and they deliver this message and they go and move things, the doers. In SM, I think that there's a lot of dreamers, there's a lot of like, emotions also. They are so in love with the concept maybe, or with the girls. And maybe there's even a fanatism, like I said. Uh, but it's just like their judgment may be a bit cloudy at the end of making important decisions. Like they can get distracted easily. So maybe this is why the girls are like, we cannot have these people for us if they cannot be trustworthy, if they cannot be reliable, if they cannot be realistic, we cannot have them. But yeah, we have the Empress, so definitely it shows that the end will be beautiful. They will put more money into it to make it beautiful and expensive. So whatever, if they have an issue, they will just put money in it, and that's it. Remind me, guys, when if this runs out of battery, please let me know. I will try to change it before it runs out of battery, but just in case. Okay, I'm going to continue with JYP and ITZY. ITZY, JYP. This King of Cups today, I mean, okay. For ITZY and JYP, from ITZY side, we have the Seven of Swords, Ace of Cups, and from JYP, we have the Hierophant and the King of Cups. And then in the middle, we have the card of Justice, balance. The keyword is balance. So probably they're trying to work things out with the girls, try to find a balance through all these years. Maybe they are doing some inner work or some connections, some reflection about, how they have been dealing the girls. I mean, the girls with the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Cups, they are definitely like they are. I mean, I think that their love maybe for the company is sort of escaping. There's a bit of like, the love is running out. Um, and I think that there's something about them not giving up on the company. There's a lot of emotionality. There's a lot of emotional attachments to the company, the memories, the people. Um, but at the same time, I think that the girls are not that connected. I think that they show that they are very nice, they are polite, but the Seven of Swords is like they also are like, you know, separating themselves from the company, or they are not that emotional. They are not that emotional. They are not that emotionally connected. They are trying to evade certain situations with them. It's like they don't want to confront the company and be like, we don't love to work here anymore. But there's this evasion. It's like, if don't ask me directly if I love it here, because I don't have something positive to say. um, I think that there's a still a potential of them, you know, um, regaining this confidence or this trust in the company, because the Ace of Cups is like this openness to maybe dialogue, to start the conversation, to hear the company. Okay, what do you have to say to us? But the Seven of Swords is like, I heard it all before. So I'm distancing myself from anything, any kind of lovey-dovey feeling towards you. And even when they start talking about like, oh, girls, we have a new concept for you. Do you know there's new ideas for you coming? There's a new concept on the way. And they're like, oh, that's great. Yeah, I have to go. There's something like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. It's just that I don't want to hurt your feelings neither. I don't want to hurt others or be disrespectful, but honestly, like, I'm trying to evade certain conversations. I'm trying to evade saying it to your face, because, the girls are like, they also feel like they are not in a position where they can maybe be aggressive, or so they prefer to evade to answer certain things. Um, so yeah, it feels weird. It feels weird. Um, from the company, we have the Hierophant and we have this King of Cups again. You know that that Les Seraphim, they got the King of Cups. So again, this CEO, this authoritative figure, is also could be a boss of them. Um, this also could be someone new. This could be, the King of Cups is giving me new, like someone that wasn't in the picture before, and now this person is taking over. And I think that this person is very open to the dialogue. And also it makes sense because, with the Hierophant, there's this seriousness of definitely this person works for the company and is on the company side. So definitely, even though, he can be very, compassionate and just nice, and just being, really worried for the girls or really wanting to hear them out. But at the end, he works for the company's interest. He is carrying the company's badge, So even though he can be like a very understanding person, and this is why, from the other side we have the Ace of Cups. So there's a lot of, I don't know if this person is really sweet, or there's something about them just being very emotional, or him being really a really good and empathic boss. So he asked very personal questions to the girls, how are you doing? How do you feel about this? Girls, how are you feeling? What do you need from us? Very loving, very emotional, sentimental. This is why we have the Ace of Cups from the other side, because they are like, you know, um, I cannot be mad at you because you have nothing. It's not this person didn't cause the chaos. I don't think that this person is bringing the chaos, but this person does represent the company. So there's something about this person trying to be polite and understanding, and maybe trying to calm, the waters a bit, and be like, professional, but at the same time just trying to connect with the girls. I think that there's something about like, okay, we have to have a better relationship with the girls. We have to listen to them, or we have to be like, compassionate towards them. This person feels very emotional. So this is why they feel like, yeah, I have nothing against you. I don't want to disrespect you, but my love, my water is sort of running out. So I prefer to avoid you when you ask me these personal questions. I just not, and I'm trying to be polite, but actually I want to connect. But the Ace of Cups is like is giving room for connection. So even though they can be a bit like sneaky at the end, not sneaky, they can be a bit on the escapism. They can be like, oh yeah, we will talk later because I have to go, I'm busy. Oh, but I have to do this other thing, but we will talk later. Yeah, thank you, it was nice seeing you, bye. They're trying to disappear from engaging with this person. But at the end, I think that he's going to get them because we have the Ace of Cups. So they're going to reunite to talk about new beginnings. And he wants these new beginnings to be more emotional, to get the girls to trust him, maybe. So maybe it's something good. Maybe this person is going to bring this that we see here with the justice balance. So maybe, this person is going to be in balance. I don't know why this person also reminds me of a lawyer, like not just like, okay, it could be like a boss, but also this person knows about laws. So yeah, with justice, I think that they are trying to bring justice to the girls, or they're trying to find a balance on their on their relationship with the girls, professional relationship. So they know that they have to make something up for the girls. They know they have to rebuild and this relationship. They have to do better. So yeah, I think that there's with this person there could be a potential, you know, um, new relationship. Okay, I'm going to continue with KQ and ATs. Let's see the relationship. ATs, KQ. Okay, from AT's perspective, we have the Sun and we have the Ace of Cups. And a lot of cups. So it's very interesting how some idols, they do have an emotional connection with the companies. And sometimes, even when things get hard, um, there's this feeling of like, yeah, I will stay. I will stay, even though sometimes things are not that happy. Um, but from the company perspective, we have the Ace of Swords and we have the Devil. And then we have the Queen of Wands for the relationship, honorable, honorable. That is the Queen of Wands. So I think that honestly, KQ is really lucky for having a group like ATs, because the guys at the end, they are very honorable. They have a lot of honor. They show up. They do the work. They can complain, or they can make evident that there's some things that they are not happy with. But I think that lately there's something about them being like, okay, we are not that happy, we're not that satisfied, but we have honor. So we will keep our promises, and we will show up. So they are so lucky to have these people, because if it was another one, it would have left already, or it would have said something, Um, with the Sun and the Ace of Cups, I think that honestly, I don't know what is going on with the relationship, but 80s is feeling so much love. is feeling so much, happiness, so much optimism for their connection with KQ. I don't know if also they are in talks for a new beginning, or if there's something, that it has to do with them getting something that they wanted for a very long time. And there's going to be a lot of things that they're so happy. I think that they got something from the company, or they got a confirmation of something, that actually they are so excited about this. They are so happy about this. So I see them just being very happy, very like, yeah, we love you guys, like, yeah, let's do this. um I don't know, I think that they just love the company, they love the company, they love everything. um so yeah, I think that, and also the guys are so positive, they're feeling so positive about this new beginning. So I wonder if they're going to have like a really good comeback soon, or if they're going to have like this, new idea that is going to be like, they know that they're going to have fun with this, or they know that it's going to do very well. So there's a lot of optimism. It's like there's not a single negative feeling or perception towards the company. So maybe they got something, maybe they got some freedom to do things that they really want to do, or to put their style, um, or their mind, or their inspiration into, a new project that is coming. So they are like so happy with the company at the moment. From the company side, we have the Ace of Swords and the Devil. So I think that from the company side, they're so greedy. They are so greedy. This is what, when I see this, I'm like, yeah, this is the attitude of a company. A company should definitely, show this, because the company is always greedy. The company that tells you that it's not greedy, they are lying, or they are not working. They're not working, There's something with KQ. I don't know. Could it be that what is going on with the T's, and are they renewing their contract? Does anyone know something about this? Because with the Devil and the Ace of Swords is giving me documents, it's giving me contract, literally, because the Devil is a contract, like you're bound to me. Haha, you're mine, I got you, you're attached to me, you will not be able to leave. um and the Ace of Swords is like, yeah, we have the documents, yeah, this is great, this is like, we're so happy. We are so happy, but they also are so thirsty. They're so thirsty for power. They really know what they have, and they whatever they promise the guys, they really want to make things work for them more than for the guys. But I don't know. It seems very. It seems like they were able to get the guys to agree to something when it comes to signing a paper or something, that it sort of obligates the guys to have, to be attached to them for a very long time, or there's something that it has to do with contracts, and with, um, like, with rights, like, oh, you cannot move if you don't have our permissions because you work under me. So, they could release a statement also. With the Ace of Swords, I can see them, maybe just bragging about it. Like, oh, look what we got. Or look with the papers that we got them to sign, or something like this. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, from the guys, they see it like a rational thing to do. And for the company, they are so happy. They are like, yes, they are so power hungry, just like any company. But in their case, it shows that they are power hungry. It shows. It shows. It's very obvious. It's very obvious. They are hungry, 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 and they have a document or something that they are like, yeah, we got them. because they want the guys to be attached to them. They don't want to lose them. They are very possessive of ATs. So let's see. Let's see. But yeah, they don't play fair. Something, they must have gotten something. Like, I mean, from the guy's perspective, they're happy as well. But, you know, from the company, that paper means a lot. So I wonder why it is. Okay, I'm going to continue with NCT NSM. NCT is a lot, but yeah, let's see. NCT NSM. SM, when it comes to NCT, their view is their view is so the Lulu. It's so the Lulu. Isn't, I mean, it's not like imaginary, but I think that their view, they are so optimistic that the sun will rise at the end. You know, I will have a new opportunity. There's always going to be a new beginning, a new idea, a new plan, and maybe even like a new a new uni. Um, but for the guys, they're like, the members are not happy with this, not at all. Whoever they are, because they are a lot in NCT. But yeah, because we didn't, there was no specification of what NCT. So this is going to be for all NCT members. From NCT, we have the Queen of Swords. And we have the Ten of Swords. So the guys are fed up, fed up. From SM, we have the Sun card, and we have the Two of Wands. So they are like, yeah, NCT to the world. Yeah, NCT to the world, to the new horizons. Let's bring them there. And in the middle, we have the Four of Cups, contemplation. So, so yeah, Chachalino, yes. I mean, I think that NCT must have, they have a spokesperson, because with the Queen of Swords is giving me, because we do have a lot of air signs in the city, so, but I can hear them talking with, among themselves, you know, just talking about like, I'm tired, I don't want this, I'm fed up, I'm going to complain about this. They must have like a union inside of NCT, like they must have like a spokesperson, a representation, someone that is very opinionated, that is giving me airtime, or someone that is really intelligent, someone that is really good with words, and it has a great memory, you know. And here we have a Queen of Swords, but in this case, we're talking about the guys. But this person also feels very like a mother, you know, but a mother that is like, you know, I'm not a very loving motherly figure, but I'm going to defend you. Like, you know, I'm going to get my sword and I'm going to ask for what is fair for us. So, you know, this is my love language. I'm going to go and you know, and talk to this person and, you know, and complain and bring evidence and bring the papers. And this person is so good at, you know, bringing justice, I would say, because they are so fed up. You know, with the Ten of Swords, there's this feeling of like, you know, mentally, we cannot do it anymore. We have been very tired. We really are not doing our best. We are burnout. We are tired. And I think that it's not so much, I think that is a mix of, you know, of frustration of how many times the members have been traumatized by fame or by being part of NCT. I think that there's with the Ten of Swords, there's also a lot of burnout because of things that have been said about them, or criticism, um, um, people talking, people, even them among themselves, like criticizing themselves a lot, maybe having arguments between themselves, like you talk bad about me, or you expose me when I was feeling down, or when I wasn't mentally, I wasn't okay. I snapped, and you told the others, or you told things about me. So there's a lot of treason, I would say. There's a lot of betrayal in SM. They had, because this, I think that not SM, sorry, NCT. I think that NCT, it's a very talkative group. And this is why sometimes when I see these cars, I'm like, yeah, this, not just like to blame it only on the air signs of the group, but I think that they are all very opinionated. They are all very loud, and they are all about talking about the other. They talk a lot. I think that they when they say, oh, this group is loud, this group is really, but just like when they can gossip, about each other, but there's also this, that also the audience talks a lot about NCT. And maybe they have trauma about this, about all the things that have been said about them, being true or not, but they carry this with them. They carry the swords, they carry the humiliation, they carry, the stalkers. Like they are like, we were down and you didn't defend us. They kept kicking us when we were down, and you send us to work anyway, or you made us come back from a hiatus anyway, knowing that we were not mentally in that condition to come back. So I think that they are like letting definitely SM know that they are done. They are done. They mentally, is like, there has been so many talks, so many conversations, so many um, things being said about us, that it takes a toll on the person. It emotionally, and mentally, especially mentally. I think that mentally, I don't know if it's because they do have a lot of satsangs, and they keep getting messages, letters, messages, information, a lot of sound, a lot of voices in their heads. So they feel so burnout. They feel so burnout. These are people that they don't enjoy this that they're doing. They feel like there's always someone talking. There's always someone whispering in their ear, and they're like, oh, I want silence. And the thing that this person is sort of, calling the company out is like, you didn't defend us. And there were some people that they were very vulnerable, and you didn't defend us. You didn't say anything. So yeah, I think that maybe this person can bring a change to the group, but it feels heavy. Yeah, from the company. The company is like, this is why I think that this is like the night and the day, literally. Because for the company, it's like, well, there's going to be a new comeback, when this person comes back, and when we do this all over, it's like there's always going to be a new beginning, a new possibility. Let us work on this. We can make this better with the sun card. It's like, we will make it better, guys. It's just a phase. you know we will be all right. There's going to be new things coming for you. We have more ideas coming for you and for the other groups. So let's stay positive. They are so unrealistic. They really don't have any kind of ability of self-reflection or even listening comprehension, because what this person is stating is something that has been going on for a while, and it's like, we have been going through a lot of dark times, so stop it, stop it, like we cannot deal with this anymore. And they're like, yeah, we know, but we also have some good things coming our way. We're going to give you like a brighter concept, and we're going to give you this, and there's going to be a summer song for you guys that is going to be amazing, because we're already working for you guys. You're ready. You're ready. We are already sending you on tour. So, but I mean, the good thing is that they will keep the guys active. I don't know which NCT, maybe all of them, but they're already working on bringing new concept for the guys in summer. So you would see NCT for a while because they're already planning it. They already are like, yeah, guys, yeah, don't worry, we got you. You are not going into the dungeon. Don't worry, because um, we have work for you. So yeah, don't worry. But yeah, in the middle we have the Four of Cups. That is says contemplation. So so yeah, there's a disconnection between with the company, and the company wants just to keep shining, and the company wants to keep NCT alive and expose the members. They want to keep bringing NCT and all the NCT related. They are like, you guys are not going on hiatus, like we like, yeah, get well soon, but because you remember that we have a new concept for you, so get ready because we're going to send you to these activities. And I think that they lack this contemplation, actually. The Four of Cups also lets me know that probably in here you cannot see it, but if I show you from these Rider White images, the Four of Cups, that is like, this apathy. It's like, you're not getting what I'm talking about here. You're not getting my emotional needs. You like, yeah, you keep giving me activities or work. You keep giving me work. You keep, you keep the I mean, you keep the group moving and out there, but at the same time, whatever you're working on is not, I don't feel happy. I don't feel like I'm enjoying this that I'm doing or that I'm about to do. I'm not enjoying this. I'm not enjoying this, not at all. And actually, like, yeah, I will do it, but I will do it like unwillingly, like with no heart in it, because you don't understand like how I feel, or how we feel. So I think that they really should pay more attention to what the guys are expressing, because even I think that also with the Sankar, I think that they have also probably their ace that they have is that they have the youngest, like probably they had NCT Wish. So, since NCT Wish is like a brand new unit and they're so young and bubbly and everything, they're like, well, we have the young kids and they are so excited for everything. So we will put them to work, so there's always like a new someone, that somehow is not that burnout as the other ones. So yeah, let's not get the moody guys, let's get the youngest ones. So, but at the same time, at the end with the Four of Cups, you do have to contemplate like what is going on with NCT. Why do you have these members that are so burnout? Because they are saying it, they are expressing it, they are sending someone to talk about this, because this is mental health as well. So what is going on with the mental health of your groups? um, but yeah, they probably are feeling like positive, because they are like, oh, but we have the wishes, so yeah, let's bring the wishes. Oh, hey Yashoda. So if you're the Lulu SM is the right company for you. Oh no, I think they got me. I love their beaches. I love their songs. Oh my God. Oh my. Oh, I love it that you're in Japan. Oh, I want something from Japan. I cannot travel, but any kind of souvenir I would appreciate. Any kind of um, I love that there's some wind chimes that or wind chimes that they have that I cannot find here. The other day I went to because we do have a Japanese garden in the capital, and I went there to to see if they buy it because usually the ones that have a bit of everything is we do have like a Chinese town or a Chinatown. It would be like here also, but they don't have it like the wine the wind chimes. Um, they have all Chinese things, and I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. That's not what. When you started talking about this spokesperson, I immediately thought of Doyon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know why I thought of Hechan as well. Hechan. Ah, okay. Thank you. I will exchange it for a reading, so please don't buy anything. Like I will exchange it for a reading or anything that you need tarot related. So I feel like I'm not, you know, I don't want to owe you. I know it's a huge thing to do, to ship someone, especially in my country. It's so it arrives because I had received gifts, but I have to let the post office know that something is coming from overseas. Oh, it's so okay. Let's see. Idol and Cube. Yeah, or there's one that um there's one that it looks like a bubble, like is I believe it's made of it's like a bubble, and it there's like a thread, and then there's like I don't know if it's like a piece of paper, but it hangs a piece of paper, but it's like a small bubble, like made of glass. And it's so tiny, but it moves and it makes a beautiful sound. But it's like a small dome. It looks it's so small, and then there's I will send you a picture later. But it's made of glass, a very thin glass. Yeah, but yeah, don't complicate it. And nevertheless, yeah, so that whatever you find, I will take it anyway. Like whatever you find, don't worry. Like it doesn't have to be specific. Okay, for idol, for idol. Okay, from idol we have the Queen of Swords and we have the Queen of Wands. Then from cube perspective, we have the Sun and we have the Emperor. So yeah, just like someone said, the relationship is great. And we have the Six of Wands, victory. So yeah, the relationship um between the girls idol and the company is very prosperous. It's actually, there's a lot of pride. Like there's a lot of pride. Um, with the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands, definitely I think that I don't know why it's giving me that these two members are very present when it comes to, like I said, having a spokesperson, someone of the group that is very actively talking, communicating the group's needs to the company. And also these people are like, because we have queens, so definitely these people are very like important. This is not just like, oh, excuse me, I want to talk something about the group. No, this is like, these women are very authoritarian. I would say they're like, we will not take less than this. I'm sort of letting you know that this is how we're going to do things. So you better keep our demands. These people are also very involved. They are very involved. They are like, yeah, we want this, and then we want you to change this and give us this. So it's really it's really interesting, because I know that they have a song that is called Queen Card. So if you've seen the two queens, I think that they are so powerful. This is the reason why I believe that if they stay in the company, is because they have the authority. They have the authority in this company, that maybe if they went to another place, they would have to start all over, and they would have to ask permission and prove themselves all over again. It's like, oh yeah, we're in a new place, so we have to adapt, and we have to hear what others say, and somehow letting them decide for us. And I think that in Cube, there's something about them having the protagonism and having the authority to be like, yeah, we don't want this, we want this and not this. So I see them very, like, very important, very, also, very straightforward about like, okay, yeah, we have to talk. This is what we want for the group. So, you better have it. Um, and the company is so happy, the sun and the emperor. So there's something about the company being like, yeah, we are happy. So whatever you want, we will get it. But at the same time, I think that it's very interesting how we have the emperor. I think that they are trying to be very understanding, and also they are taking the girls' considerations. They are very polite. They are so happy to have the girls. They are also, they are getting ready to give the girls everything that they ask for, to fulfill the demands, everything. They are very open. They are having fun also with the ideas of the girls, what they are receiving. They are like, yeah, this is great. Actually, they have great ideas. But nevertheless, we have the emperor. So for me, the emperor is like, I let you know, or I let you think, I allow you to think that you have the power. But actually, at the end, the men have the power. The emperor is a very masculine card. So I think that they are very happy to have the girls. They are very satisfied. They have a great relationship now. The sun is coming out. It's like everything is so positive at the moment in the relationship. But at the same time, the emperor is like, at the end, the male CEO, or the man in and that rules or cube, is the one that calls the shots. And I think that he sees it from a way of, you know like, I won. I got the girls to stay with us. So it's like they make them believe that they have the power, or they give them room to call the shots sometimes. But at the end, this emperor is like, I'm the boss here. So, at the end, I make the rules. And this is a man's world. So I know that it sounds, it's not negative. It's not negative because we have the sun card. So definitely their connection is really good. It's really, um, how is it? I want to say amicable. Is that a word? Amicable? It's a very cordial, good relationship. But at the end, this emperor is like they never give in their power. They never give in their status. It's like at the end, the big men rule the girls or whatever they're doing. So there's like, yeah, we will let you think that you guys have the power, but actually I have the power, or I benefit from letting you have the power. So it's, yeah, it is very interesting how, also when you have the emperor is a very authoritarian energy. It's like at the end, yeah, we are in power. So yeah, we are happy that you said yes, because actually we are enjoying that we have you guys. Like, we benefit from having you. But at the end, it also makes the men in that place look good. So yeah. But we have the Six of Wands, victory. So yeah, the relationship is amazing. It's very victorious. Probably they're going to have a lot of good results. Probably they're going to get along better or easier to get to an agreement about certain things. So yeah, so happy, so happy. I'm glad for the girls. I'm glad because they are given their space. Yeah, and definitely they are not taking things for granted. They are exuding um, protagonism. I would say they are being involved. They're showing up, and probably the results are going to be really good at the same time. There's a lot of victory, and I think that they're working like side by side, which this is very important. And they really are in a good time with the company. When you get along and you're like, yeah, we have this vision, yeah, let's go, and you get each other. It's like, yeah, I get what you want to make, and I will support you, or I will give you what you need. So everything is flowing towards a good result. So yeah. Thankful. I think that when I saw the emperor, and I said this about the masculine energy, just like you mentioned, I wonder what they do when the girls bring the money to the company, because I think that if they bring the money, possibly it can mean that this will help them to finance more boy groups. So it's all about going back to the boys, to the men remaining like, yeah, thanks to the girls' success, we will bring more masculine energy, or we will bring more, or we will debut a new potentially successful boy group, because it's like, yeah, the girls are great for us. They bring success, but at the end we want to go back to investing in the masculine. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Mm. So maybe their vision is this, at the end, what you girls are giving us, we're thinking about like, yeah, we have to debut one more group, you know. Let's see if I can change this before it runs out of battery. Because then, I get distracted. funny. So I don't have to be looking, in you guys letting me know. Uh, but yeah, I have to use it. I have to. I just have to make sure that it's charged because sometimes I do leave this one in particular. I do leave it charging, and I don't know why sometimes it doesn't charge. Can you hear me well, guys? Just let me know. Today is sunny here, but it's really cold. I will have to, get a heater here when once, it becomes colder the days, I will have to get a heater because my feet are cold already. My feet are cold already. A lot more silent than before, but can you hear me well? This one has like that static sound in the background that you hear like ding, like there's a sound. And this one, I think that it makes the my voice sound clearer. Mm. Maybe it's because this is already having like technical issues. So, uh, usually when the microphone starts acting like that is because it doesn't want it wants a rest. Mm. Okay. Okay, I'm going to continue with the comebacks readings, guys. Um, I'm going to pull only free cards because if not, I'm going to be here forever. Um, and there's a lot of groups. So yeah, let's see. Okay. I'm going to pull cards for Boy Next Door comeback. These are May comeback. Okay. For Boy Next Door comeback, we have the Six of Swords, Justice, and we have the Lovers. That the keyword in here is says choice. Yeah, I think that it's really good actually. It's very well balanced. Like I think that the comeback is not is definitely it represents an advance in their career, a change of maybe concept. Is them maybe moving forward with another um, aspect of their careers that they want to develop, or they maybe are working towards an objective that is to maybe get more mature, or I don't know, maybe they have like a storyline or something like this that it means to keep, advancing to the next level. And I definitely can see them like moving with this comeback. With the Justice, I think that they definitely have, they are very respected in the community, in the K-pop community, Boy Next Door. Um, I think that there's something about them as a group, or their dynamic. Maybe it feels very balanced. It feels very fair, um, and they have a sort of like a status at the same time. Even though I know they're a very young group, but maybe their efforts or what they put out for the audience is very consistent in quality. So I see it very positive, actually, very positive. Um, and we have the Lovers that is a choice. So I think that in this case, I mean, their efforts and everything that they put, even when it comes to the concepts, ideas, the lyrics and everything, is so well done and is so intelligent.
But I wonder if maybe it could be their fans that, with the lovers, it feels a bit mm, like I'm confused. Like the fans, I don't know if they are not that organized when it comes to voting, maybe, or doing something for the guys. The lovers is giving me like I'm between two options. Like with the card of choice, it's like I like you guys, I like Boy Next Door, but I also have another favorite group. So I don't know if I'm going to support you 100%. It feels like my love is divided. I'm still not sure if I'm going to keep studying you, or it's like, yeah, I'm a fan of you, but at the same time I'm looking at the other group. So, or I'm waiting for this other group to debut, or I'm looking at the other one. So, do they have like a group that it feels very close to their concept, and they people confuse them or people compare them? And maybe I feel like people still are not that 100% sold about Boy Next Door. It's like, yeah, I want to support them because I like what they do, but at the same time, it's like I'm not, I'm not the devoted. Like I'm trying to see what else is out there. So the thing of loyalty and things, is not that. Um, it's still, to be decided. So I think that they should review this also. I think that they should review this. Mm-hmm. Many fifth gen stands seem not that loyal. Yeah, they're like, okay, but what else is in there? Like, okay, like yeah, I'm looking at you, but at the same time, I'm like looking at what the others are doing. But they're pros, they are professionals, definitely. I do see it. A well trained group. Okay, I'm going to continue with Rise. Rise comeback. Hmm, yeah. Knight of Pentacles for Rise, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Swords. That the keyword is strength. I like it. I like this keyword that the Three of Swords usually is scary for a lot of people, because it represents sometimes sadness, deception. But in here, we have the keyword of strength. So I think that it's very optimistic. With this keyword of the Three of Swords is like it can get better. You can get stronger out of this. Actually, the cards are very positive. The Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So there's money also. There's money, or there's a stability when it comes to quality in Rise. Maybe also they do put a lot of money for Rise comebacks. They and also there's a lot of hard work and consistency. Also the group is slowly building um their style of working. What they do is what they're going to continuously keep doing. There's something about Rice, and I think that this is something that I said when I read for them when this whole thing with Sunghan happened. Um, that they also, I believe, I don't know if they got the Knight of Pentacles or they got the Queen of Pentacles, but there's something about the members of Rise. They keep working. They keep working. They don't have the time or the possibility even to get emotional about things, to get I think that these are very hardworking people. They are very focused on the goals. They are very focused on the goals. They are very focused on the numbers. They are very focused on efficiency and productivity. So they can be silent. You know, there's something about them, maybe, yeah, not showing emotions and not talking that much about things that maybe the fans are very eager to hear them talk about certain things. But they're like, we're working. I will show you about me with the amount of effort that I'm putting. I'm working. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting to a level of perfection. So I wonder if maybe there's something about them doing everything right when it comes to their performances, or maybe the way they look, or the way they have this comeback. It seems very prosperous. It seems very abundant, very rich. They're also maturing a lot, but the Knight of Pentacles is like, we're going, we're advancing, we keep being active. But I think that Rise has their own rhythm, and Rise has their own style and way of doing things. It's giving me retro vibes, but also, the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen is giving me earth sign kind of energy. Like, people can be like, oh, the guys are stagnant, or they don't seem to be moving somewhere, because we heard this before. But you can never underestimate Rise, because they will keep delivering, they will keep working, they will show you, not with words but with actions and with productivity and effort. They will show you that they are not here to play. Probably this is a group that is very serious. It seems like, I don't know why I want to say, like, it's giving me grandpa kind of energy, like a very old soul. Like, it's giving me Capricorn energies, like it's all about, literally, I think that they have a song that is called Back. So they are all about the back. They're all about, numbers and achievements, but they are not loud. They are not a group that you're going to be like, oh, they're so flashy, or oh my God, their behaviors are so crazy, or so like the neos that are so, you know, um, technological and loud, and just loud. And for Rise, it's more about that retro music, that retro vibe, all about the memory, the values, just being a slow paced, but I'm stubborn, and I'm getting there, and I'm getting there, and I'm going to get there, and I'm going to keep doing the things that I want to do at my own pace, at my own pace. I'm going to be excellent at executing this comeback and the other and the other, and I'm going to be successful. But they are not going to be loud about it. You're not going to get Rise to promote in an extraordinary way, or just being, this very like unexpected kind of energy. No, they are very stable, and they feel very stubborn. You cannot push Rise to do something that they don't feel comfortable with doing. They know their talents, they know how to work their talents, they know how to multiply or duplicate their talents and efforts, but they do it at their own pace. So there's something about them getting achievements, or they're getting praise, or maybe getting um, awards or recognition, but maybe it's going to take longer than the other groups. It's not going to like, I released this song today, and it became number one. No, probably it's going to be a slow process of them, maybe not right away getting awards and recognition, but they are working towards being great and being long lasting. So you probably will get Rise for a while. It's just that it's a slow process with them. It's a slow process. So if you are impatient, or if you are a fan or a consumer of music that you want to be overstimulated all the time, this is not the group for you. This is not the group for you. This is more for the old school kind of person, a very patient person. And yeah, the Three of Swords strengths. So yeah, probably, there could be some, them not getting the recognition or the awards, or people being like, oh, I didn't like this, or no, I am not sure about this concept. And then be like, well, next time we will do it better. It's like, I'm not, they are like a bit, they could be a bit disappointed, like, oh, I thought this was going to do better. But here with the card of strengths, it's like, well, at least we know that, okay, this they didn't like, we will try something different next time. But I think that this is the thing that maybe, if I was an advisor for Rise, I would be like, guys, don't give them futuristic sounds, give them retro sounds, keep it retro for Rise. Hello. I'm doing better. I had my mate here all morning. Now it's cold, but yeah, I'm trying to not force my throat a lot. But yeah, I like it. Yes. Mm. Just that this group is not for everyone. It's for someone that has, a very classic style, of that they like a classic style of music and dance, and styles also, not that flashy or futuristic. Hmm. Okay, let's go for TXT. Okay. Hmm. Okay. For TXT comeback, we have the High Priestess and we have the Death card. And we have the Queen of Cups for them that it says calm and harmony. I love this for them. I love this. Also, I think that there's something about maybe the audience is coming down from TXT. I don't think that the fans are, are like, chaotic. But probably there's something about TXT that maybe when they have a comeback, people go crazy, um, when it comes to what they expect of them, or the comments or the haters. But this comeback, no. This comeback is all about harmony. Also, probably, they have great music, and also they have a lot of emotional, loving messages in their lyrics. So, yeah, with the Queen of Cups, definitely you're going to fall in love with their comeback again. Um, but yeah, when it comes to their comeback, we have the High Priestess and we have the Death card. So it's very interesting. The Death card is the two major arcanas are very different. So I wonder if they were TXT silent at the moment, because the High Priestess is giving me like you were hiding, or you were not talking, or not expressing something, or maybe you were MIA. There's something about the silence it's over, or like them, maybe not talking about certain things is over. Like there's a huge transformation here, when it comes to their, maybe they are leaving behind a concept of theirs or an old image of them, that I think that it has to do with them just not wanting to be perceived like this mysterious group. I don't think that it's about mystery, but there's something about the High Priestess, when I don't know if people feel like, they always keep hiding TXT from us, or they always don't tell us everything about TXT, or they don't let the guys talk about certain things, or they don't let the guys take a risk. They always keep them secluded, like they keep them, it seems like they keep them not in a dungeon, but it seems like they they put like a mystery around the guys, or this is what they always wanted to do with TXT. And here it feels like, that bubble, that maybe there's something about the audience feeling like, with this comeback, we are finally, seeing the guys express themselves more, or show a bit more of emotionality, and not being this fragile, silent, and mysterious, and a feminine kind of energy, um yeah, TXT talks about these deep things, but at the same time then they go MIA, and it's like, is this your concept, or is this something that you are being told to do? Probably in this comeback there's something about them maybe talking from personal experiences, like, yeah, their music is always going to be sentimental, or the concept is always going to be about, maybe trying to get people to connect with their emotions, with their feelings. Okay, how are you feeling? Matters of the heart, romanticism, failed relationships, heartbreak, or unconditional love. The Queen of Cups, it can be anything, but it's always coming from the heart. So their message is very felt. Their music is very emotional. It triggers something in you. But maybe there's something, that they are putting an end to a certain mystery around the guy's concept. It's like there's this feeling of like, let them go and just show them, let them talk about themselves more. Or maybe if you have members that you're like, these members are sort of in the dark, because I never heard them talk about something. It's always the same people that go to shows or interviews, and they answer all the questions. But there's certain members that are still a mystery to me. I don't know what they're about. I haven't heard their voices like stating their opinion that long. So I wonder if they are like finally, if they have like the introverts or the silent ones in the group, if they're finally letting them loose, and they are, cutting the restriction, or they are allowing the guys to be um ex- more expressive, but from a place of like, you have to change, you have to be different, allow the change to happen. And maybe this comeback is going to be the beginning of this transformation for maybe the members that you feel like they are more separated from the audience, and that even though you do see them and you know who they are, and you know that they are part of the songs, their voices, their dance move, their birthdays, everything about them, and probably one of them is your bias, but there's something about them remaining silent, or secluded a bit, or recluded a bit, like, I never know who these people really are. I only know about the ones that are the most talkative, but then there's others that remain like these high priests, like they're hiding something. And I think that they're putting an end to this. So yeah, it's going to be good. I like it. I like it. It's like silence no more. um, I do have a dog next that is not mine, it's my neighbor's. So if you do hear someone barking, it's a dog. It's the neighbor's dog. That probably is probably if it's barking, it's because it's scaring me. Um, Okay, I'm going to continue with 17 comeback. Oh wow, so fast, so fast. Like the cars came out so fast. Like wow, another ones that are in a really hush. They're really in a rush. I would say, not a hush. Yeah, really good for 17. But what is going on with in this comeback? It seems like it's going to be good, but it's going to come and go because it's like, oh, maybe the members are busy, so this is why. But yeah, we have for 17 comeback, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Sun, good fortune. So very good for 17, very good, very good. I think that there's some idols that they really have like this glow up every time the summer season comes for them in where they are. Um, there's something about like the sun literally showing up and being like, yeah, this is the season, this is the moment for you to shine, to go out, have fun, be more authentic, be more spontaneous. But yeah, definitely, it feels like a lot of advances, a lot of advances. I wonder if they have to travel, if they had to travel a lot to shoot or to create this comeback, because it feels like the guys didn't have a second to sit down. It seems very fast moving, fast paced, like, okay, I have to go, I have to go, I have to do this, and then you go here and then go there. So it feels very fast, like, definitely also the comeback is going to be different, is going to bring change to the concept, is going to bring originality, um, a lot of movement. Maybe the concept is very all about dancing, or this music that is going to be that powerful, that impactful. Also could be that they are going to have some fighting actions, some action scenes, because it seems like it's very active in the body, very energetic, with a lot of stamina, a lot of them running places, then using their body a lot, maybe having like some fighting scenes, or there's like a strong choreography. With the Seven of Swords, definitely they are also advancing. They are advancing in their career. They are introducing change. This is not more of the same. This is a different concept. They really want to keep advancing. This is the vision for this comeback. And with the Sun, the good fortune, I think that this is going to be a hit. This is going to be a hit because the good fortune is with them. But definitely, it feels like they are in a hurry. They are in a hurry, or probably this comeback was arranged very fast. So it feels like, oh, like I cannot, I'm getting tired of just reading this energy. But I feel like, I cannot sit down until I get things done. Um, but they definitely want to keep, they want to let the fans know that they're going to continue with our activities. It doesn't matter how many of them are, they're going to continue to, to bring, also if they have like a storyline also in their concept, they're going to continue working on this and advancing on this. So yeah, don't sleep on 17, or don't think that, oh, because someone is enlisting or someone had enlisted, like the guys are going to lower their energy and it's going to be like all sad. And no, they probably are going to be working a lot. And I see a lot of movement. I don't see it yet, Yashoda. I see them very focused on the process that they have with their own, style and career. I see them very stable. So I don't think that enlisting is, at least for this year, I don't see it. And maybe the other one, neither. Because it's a very, organized and routinary process that they have. So I don't see much change. Um, Okay, I'm going to continue with shiny, shiny comeback, shiny comeback, shiny comeback. What is going on with shiny? Are we sure we're having a comeback? Ten of Swords, Three of Swords. Well, yeah, King of Pentacles, disciplined, disciplined. So definitely, we were mentioning Rice, and I was like, Rice also they got the queen of Pentacles. So I was like, this is a group that maybe is a slow moving, but they always have like a direction. And I think that when I see, this king of Pentacles again, that the keyword is disciplined. So even though things are hard for Shiny to maybe, it's not about, I think that it's not about the work, but I think that they make it work nevertheless, because they are disciplined, and they are also, like I mentioned, for Rice style, that I was like, oh, they should go for the retro style. I don't know why Rice, and I see like a connection with Rice style and Shiny, and maybe their style of work is also very, like, their work ethic is very similar. um I see like a connection. I don't know why. um but when it comes to Shiny, they are disciplined, and they are very serious about their work. So even though, the cards here, I'm like, what is going on with Shiny? Because unless their comeback is going to be so heartbroken, or their lyrics are going to be about sad things, or maybe overcoming, maybe some hardships of the past, but is very, is is very hurtful. Like, I'm like, what are they going to talk about? Like, honestly, I think that to make a comeback, the vibes are not happy. They are not content, and also, um, um, just like Chachalino said, SM. That NCT also, they got the Ten of Swords. So it makes sense that for an SM group, especially for Shiny, that they had been for a while, you know, they had experienced this before NCT, before anyone else. They had experienced this, the betrayals, the gossip, the mean comments, the people, kicking them when they were down. People also maybe bringing back old trauma or suffering. So I think that I mean, I wonder if you can create, with this sensation. It feels very sad. It feels very like like we are not in a good place. Like we are not in a good place. Um I think that honestly, when I said this card, when I refer another group and I said this about betrayal, feeling betrayed, maybe having to move forward with this comeback. It feels like they don't make it easy for the group to achieve this comeback, and if they do achieve it, it's going to be bittersweet. Is going to be a bit heavy, a bit like, yeah, we're smiling, but inside I'm so uncomfortable. But the King of Pentacles, discipline, discipline. the members are disciplined. So even though the conditions are not the best, they are not in good terms with the company. They are not, the company is making it so hard for them to get to an agreement. There's a lot of guilt tripping, there's a lot of like bringing of past issues, a lot of arguments, a lot of when you're like in a toxic environment and you're like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be working here. um this maybe is not for all of them, but maybe for the ones that are not in the same, it is like this, it feels like this, it feels like every time I have to go back to the company, i get I get in a panic attack because I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable. And they probably could it be that they accuse the members that left, like, oh, you betrayed us because you betrayed us. You guys left us and you betrayed us. There's a lot of like talking and guilt tripping. So it's so uncomfortable. But yeah, the king of pentacles, disciplined, maybe at the end they will pull it off because they are pros, they're professionals, and they don't mess with work. They don't mess with work. If they have to do it and release it, they're going to do it because they are pros, they are professional. But yeah, I wasn't expecting these cards, really. I was like, I got the bad vibes. Okay, I'm going to continue with Irene and Sulji. Come back. Red Velvet, Irene and Sulji, come back. Let's see. Irene, Sulji. Come back. Could it be that they don't get along? Irene and Sulji. I mean, it does make sense because they approach work in different ways. They are two different people. They are two different people. They make it work at the end because they are so, we have the Knight of Wands, that is journey. So, they are so professional. But look at this. I don't know if you can see this because I know you have to see it like this because this is the way I see it here. This is Irene and this is Sulji. Sorry guys, I got disconnected. They're both looking at different ways, that different sides. They're not looking at each other. They are not looking at each other. They are like, one is looking at here and the other one is looking at here. So I wonder how is their their relationship, because their energy feels so different. So like, when you really are so different from the other, you're like, yeah, we work together, but it's like you here and me there, and then when we have to rehearsal or do something, we get together, but it's not like we are best friends. And also their vision about their career is very different. The way they manage themselves is very different, but I can see it. um Especially from Soji's side. Soji is like, I want to, she keeps moving her energy. It makes sense because she's a dancer, but her energy feels like she's bouncing all over the place. She's like running here and there and there and there, and then like, I have to go. Bye. It was great seeing you. But she's like, she's like, I'm not engaging in a conversation with you. But I think that that's also part of her talent, that she shifts. Her energy is bouncy. Her energy is like shifting all over the place. She's changing, she's adapting, she's moving, but she's also escaping. She's like running away. She's like, yeah, I have to go. I'm busy. Bye. And from Irene's part, it feels like she's a bit bossy. Yeah, from Irene, definitely. I think that she's the leader of Red Velvet. So in her, I see her more like, once I start working in something, is serious. This is serious times, and she's very demanding. She's like a boss. She's really like a boss. She's in charge. Every decision, move, everything has to be approved by Irene, because she is like, she's like the one that keeps, checking if you have done your part and if the other one did their part, and she doesn't miss a beat. She's like very concentrated on, getting things perfectly for them. And she also has experience. The king of wands also is very masculine, so for her it's like, maybe there's people that don't like the way she is, because she's feeling very masculine. When she's in power, when she's about to do work, or when she's about to invest her energy in a project, she gets very, very in her bossy era. She's like a commander. She commands you. She's like, you move here, you move there, you do this. And she's not like, oh, please, can you please move over here? She's like, no, you move here, you do this, she commands you. She commands you to do things. And also because she has the experience. A king of wands is a very experienced person. She knows. So she doesn't let anything slide. It has to be done perfectly, because she's going to call you out if you don't do it perfectly. Um, in the case of Suji, I think that she's like much more like, she's probably like, Irene's energy feels like a lot. So she's like, yeah, just let her, rule everything. Like, yeah, you take charge, I don't care, I will be over there. You call me when you need me, and I will be here, and I will do whatever you tell me. But I'm not interested in staying, because probably she's like more of an evasive person. Maybe also she doesn't like confrontation. She doesn't like also she doesn't she loves her freedom, so she prefers to stay out of Irene's side. She's like, yeah, you go boss other people, I will be here rehearsing my moves. So she's like, yeah, I'm moving but I'm also trying to end this so I can go home. But yeah, Knight of Wands journey. So again, this is a comeback that it means like, probably you're going to see them collaborate a lot, or you're going to see this unit a lot, because the Knight of Wands is like the beginning of this journey. That, yeah, it feels very rushed. It feels rushed. Like, I don't know if they just announced it yesterday, but it feels like maybe not a lot of people saw it coming, and they were like, okay, we were having a comeback of this too. Okay. But yeah, it's like is their attempt, and their energy is being put in advancing with red velvet or red velvet activities. And so they are like, yeah, okay, we have work to do, we have to start this, let's do this. So there's something about them not questioning this and being like, okay, we will give you a great performance, we will give you this amazing MB, we will give you perfection, we will give you artistry, we will give you talent. We are serious about this, but at the same time, probably it can happen very fast. Like things feel like it's like shoved to your face, like, there you go, there you have it. And then maybe they disappear. So, and come back then with another thing very different. But yeah. Now the sun is hitting my eyes and I cannot see the numbers. Yeah, SM artist, like, really, it's like, oh my God. Um, it's like everything is so tense. I just saw Etsy comeback announcement. Oh, the Ace of Cups. See, there's a new beginning. There's a new beginning. with this man. I know there's someone new in there. The Ace of Cups. Okay, for triple S comeback. I was like, oh, their study is so good. And now, oh, okay. What is going on? 6 of Wands for triple X. We have the Devil and the Four of Swords. That the keyword is says solitude. And you know that for me, the Four of Swords is like the hiatus card. I don't want to call it, but because it starts with the 6 of Wands, so definitely the comeback is meant, is bound to be a success. It's bound to be victorious. Like I can see them, the girls getting like a lot of praise for this. But then, with the Devil, are these girls young, very young? Because with the Devil, when I saw it, I was like, could it be that what their comeback is going to be provocative or sexier for their age, or maybe people call it inappropriate? Mm. Mm. I sort of because initially I think that people are so excited because again this comeback it feels like very out there. When it's all about pride and maybe showing their bodies or having a very active choreography and being just very out there and showing themselves and being confident. Like here I am, I'm a queen, I'm amazing, and like oh I have pride in myself, in my femininity, like I'm a winner. And with the Devil it's like restriction. It's like no, 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 you don't do that, you're showing too much or you're doing this. Like, I think that the audience like there's it's very weird, the feeling. It's a feeling of like we want, like this comeback has the potential of being great and being a success, but then there's restrictions about the view that they have for the group. I don't know if like it's like, oh yeah, we love them, but we don't want them to do this. Because with the Four of Swords, solitude, could it be that they get them to stop performing or something like this? Or like go and reflect on what you've done. It's so weird because for me it feels like double standard. It feels like double standard, like they don't make up their minds. Like one day you're celebrating them and you're sort of pushing them to be this because you're like, or maybe this is a concept that other groups are going to be performing as well. But with them is the thing of like, you're doing too much, or like, this is not appropriate for you. So a bit of toxicity coming from the people. Like, yeah, we like you, but if we can bring you down, the better. Um. Uh huh. Isn't triple S the August with a large number of them? Yeah, yeah. I think that if it's about the song is going to be very catchy, very good. It has potential. But maybe there's something about it that it feels a bit provocative and it feels like it's going to trigger people to be like, we don't like this for you. It feels like no. Um, yeah. And also it's like it forced them to go back to, I don't want to say hiatus, but it feels like going back to the cave. It's like you go silent or you go over here in this corner and reflect about this. But yeah, maybe there's something that is a bit sexual, so mm, mm, hmm, yeah, because it starts very successfully, so I was like so happy. I was like, oh yeah, it's going to be good, it's going to be catchy. But also the devil is giving me toxic, is giving me like, I want you for myself, like I don't want others to see you. It feels like a toxic lover. So it's like, yeah, I applaud to some of them, but then to the other ones I send them to the dungeon, like I'm not looking at you, go hiatus, like I don't want to see you. So it's like a very confusing energy, a double standard, definitely double standard. But yeah, there's a lot of attachment to these girls as well. This is why they are being observed up close. Um, mm, but the song could be good. I can actually see the song. Maybe you hear them everywhere because it fits the mood, like the season, the times. I don't know, but they do have some attachments that they don't let them grow and expand. Um, it could be some jealous fans or something like this. It's giving me creepy behavior. Or maybe the company, someone in power. But it's like, yeah, you expose them, you put them out there, and they're so happy and cheerful to be there, and then you hide them again, like you bring them onto the dungeon. Like what are you doing? You know? Mm, yeah, yeah. I believe someone was asking for MX and JYP. I can do it before I go, and then I go because I haven't reached the 3 hours yet, so I can include them. So that's all I can do for today. Well, in regards to the company, so we stay in the subject of today. Um, and then, yeah, if you want a different reading, it's when I I post in a community post, then you have the possibility to ask. Is NMIX and JYP. Okay. NMIX and JYP. Okay, from NMIX side, we have Knight of Wands and the Tower. And from JYP, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Magician. Very yellow. A lot of money the girls must make for the company. And we have, for their relationship, we have the Ace of Swords, creation. So yeah, at least I guess they're going to be investing in this course. There's ideas, there's like a new concept. Um, it's very interesting because from the perspective of the girls, I think that what they're showing me is that they had breaking the mold of maybe what are they under JYP? But there's something about them, becoming very bold and aggressive, um, and breaking the mold. I think that they showed an ambition and an energy or a, a fire that maybe initially they weren't supposed to have. I don't know. I don't think that they were, they were hired under JYP to be, you know, um, mediocre. But there's something about them. When you surpass the people's expectation, and it's like you take it on yourself, and you're like, we're going to break records, or we are going to do this differently, or we're going to show them that we are important, or that we are here to matter, and we are not going to stay silent, and we are not going to let them leave us silent, or just in a hiatus, or they are so passionate about breaking boundaries. I was like, oh my god, like, wow. Like they really are, like, they are, what are they doing in the building also, because they are breaking so many norms, or so many maybe rules. Maybe JYP have the stupid rules, and the girls are like, we are not having it, we are not having it. And also it feels like, catch me if you can. Like they just go and do what they want to do, or and you cannot catch them because they are so fast. Their energy is so funny, because they are like, moving all the time, and I think that they definitely they underestimated these girls. I don't know if maybe initially they gave the girls a concept of like, you are the good girls of K-pop, you are the angels of K-pop, and they are like, but we have a lot to say and show, and we are much more stronger than you think. We are not made of glass. We are not that vulnerable. We want success, and we will make it happen. So you watch us. But for this, I think that they skipped a lot of protocols. There's something about them being like, yeah, we decided that we are not doing that. And they decided it on the go. When you're just, I don't know, maybe it's performing. When they are performing and they're like, oh, there's going to be a change here. We are not going to do the choreography like we usually do it, because there has been a change. I feel inspired to do something differently. And to take protagonism. I think that the girls are like, so they didn't expect these girls to be this ambitious and to be this resourceful and this full of energy. They expected them to just follow the guidelines and just be pretty and sing well, and that's it. And they're like, no, we want to go places. We want to move. We want to advance. We want to experience. We want to explore. They're so powerful, like a boy group and more. But they are like relentless. They are like breaking the rules, I would say. Ah, they were introduced as vocal powerhouses, but they had been praised for being great dance performance as well, with some of the best live vocals currently. Yeah, they're like, move over. Here we are. But they, and definitely for JYP or whatever the company they are under, they are like, they are swimming in money, and they are seeing the potential. They are not against this. I think that they are not against the girls, because definitely there's a lot of golden here, there's a lot of yellow, so definitely the sales, the numbers are good, everything is good, so they are like, we have to work harder for these girls, they deserve it, they had proved themselves. So it's like, yeah, let's give them more comebacks, or let's give them more material, let's give them the resources that they need. They had earned this. But they're so wild, so adventurous. I like it. I like it. And yeah, with the Ace of Swords creation, also, do some of the girls write their own lyrics? Because I think that they want that as well. They want to take over the whole industry. They want to do everything. Everything. I think that each member is like, I want this, but then I want this as well, and I want this, and I think that we should do this. And they are so active. They are like these hungry people. They are like, they are, it's just that I think that, when I saw the tower, I was like, oh my God, they're going to, they have to slow down a bit, because I don't want them to have like an accident, or I don't want them to hurt themselves in the process, because I think that they're running very fast. But at the same time, I think that for them it's about, there was, I don't know if when they were trained, there was like a, a rule, or there was like a foundation that felt very outdated, or that felt like very restrictive, or that it felt like non-authentic. So the girls were like, we don't want this, we are not contributing to these standards, these old standards, like we are different. So I can see them bumping heads, with maybe important people, or so maybe there could be that they had, I don't know if some members had like an injury, or they were, I don't know, misinterpreted, or there was misunderstandings about their behaviors, and then be like, maybe the audience judging them and be like, they are doing a lot, or they're doing too much, they should stop. But they didn't stop, and they're not going to stop, because they were able to break, I would say, the status quo that was in JYP. I think that I said this, I don't know, I said this about YG, that I said that it's like a Capricorn company. Their CEO is a Capricorn, or the ex CEO, former CEO, is a Capricorn. So there's a lot of like old rules, all the same concept over and over and over. And I think that maybe, for JYP, or this, maybe they are not in JYP, but if they are related to the JYP, branch, um, it feels like they also have these standards, this very old-fashioned standard of like a trainee should be like this, or they should accomplish this every day, every hour, they should do this, and they feel more like a Sagittarius group. It feels like more like, we want to do things more, in a spontaneous way. Let me explore my options, let me go and be daring and be wild, and just let me win, let me have this, let me win. I have the desire, I have the passion, I'm a passionate person, let me express myself. So yeah, they could, bump into some resistances, but they were able to break some rules, I would say. mm, mm. Yeah, I haven't seen that get taken to rock music. Ah, Dreamcatcher. Yeah, I like it. I like it for the girls. And if you are an NMIX fan, if you want to tell me about them, or if they had moments where you were like, they did break some boundaries, or they did break certain molds, or outdated, behaviors that you feel like they were no longer working, or that they were just stale. When things are just like everyone does the same, everyone reacts the same, and they definitely caught whoever created them. They didn't see this coming. They didn't think that they would be able to be what they are now, because they are wild. The girls are wild. You cannot hold them down. They are wild. Mm-hmm. I'm happy. I'm happy. Okay, guys, I'm going to go because I have to cook lunch. Today is Sunday, and I want you to enjoy your Sunday. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you so much for the recommendations. It was so refreshing to see these recommendations. I had a lot of fun doing this. I appreciate so much your support, for keep bringing these recommendations. I feel so happy when I do them, because I learned so much also by pulling cards for them. So yeah, I see you on Wednesday. And yeah, today I will see if tonight I can upload the reading for Patreon and the readings for the members. It's about BTS and the relationship with Big Hit. It's just that with them I did a different format. It's like Big Hit and one card each member about how they feel. So yeah, probably I'm going to expand a bit much more on how each member feels. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy it and thank you so much. I'll see you on Wednesday. Have a lovely weekend.